Yeah, it's a good time to start the show because
Nathan, so how many millions have you made off your music?
You don't have to make millions though to critique something. I think that is a fair critique.
What's the fair critique?
Hamilton is, a little bit of cultural appropriation.
Hamilton, yep.
But it's not told through the story of today's eyes. It's told through the stories of the eyes back then. It's just telling the story.
If it was back then it's definitely.
Well, let's start off by saying you haven't seen. Let's start off by saying
and George Washington.
But how is that cultural appropriation? They're not appropriating black people. They're appropriating white people. If anything,
right. They're just enslaving.
It's reverse cultural appropriation, or it's just appropriation of white people, which doesn't even sound right. It sounds like an oxymoron.
I think it's just the dispute is. We talked about this on an earlier episode. It's just a lot of people don't like rap, but this is the rap that they like. Nothing wrong with it.
I'm back.
I said this. The musical is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, I know you know that it's a masterpiece. I know, but the idea, and I want to first start off by saying Nathan still hasn't seen the play, but has the ultimate opinions on it. I mean, I'm not saying like you have to see it. You don't have to watch Cuties to know that there's something wrong with the process. but come on now.
Is Craig in here?
That's a good point. Yeah, I think Craig is
fine. Then I'll put the switch down.
Thank you.
Should we just make that our cold open? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to It's Saturday Night.
Yikes.
Before you start
SNL.
on SNL,
yeah, let's not boost SNL.
I don't know who Bill Bird is. I'll let y'all know.
Why you say that like an old man?
Yeah,
I don't know who Bill Bird
I saw
is.
that. I'm looking at our list here.
Oh.
I just want to make sure y'all know I don't know who that is.
Some of the funniest SNL skits that I've seen.
Young whippersnappers nowadays listening to Bill Bird. They don't even know what they talking about. It's all right. Xavier's already admitted that he's an old man and a young person.
Let me see.
Yeah.
It says Bill Bird's 52 years old. How does that make me old for not knowing who this old man is?
He's been around for a while.
Bill Burr is very old.
So doesn't that make me young for not knowing who he is?
His audience is younger people though.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to call it like a modern comedy take, but whatever that would be.
he's like the guy. His type of comedy is he's the guy who's like unloading the truck in the back of like the Dollar General or the Walmart and just like, you know, yeah, like what is it, blue collar type comedy.
You said that like you've never seen a blue collar worker in your life. Where's them blue collar workers? Who are they?
Yeah, like the people that Joe Biden is always talking about, the people from Scranton. I was wondering, I was like, why does he keep bringing up Scranton? Is he like have 3 cities that he memorized and Scranton is one?
Well,
but I think it's because
he's from Scranton.
From Scranton. So he's just
from Scranton.
Yeah. I was like, what is this deal with Scranton? I'm here for the people, for the working man in Scranton. I have very hairy legs, and sometimes I get out of the pool and little kids would rub my hair, make it go up and down. This is not our political part. Yeah, did you just mute my mic? Yeah, he actually said that.
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. So
he said that though last year. I was expecting some newer stuff.
Oh yeah,
it has been locked away since earlier this year. I'm bringing him out to this debate now. I don't know.
But he's. Oh, I guess we could talk about the. We don't have to. It was really fun.
Yeah. Enjoy the couple years left we have here in America. Those ocean levels are rising.
Yeah.
I may say not fast enough.
I thought it was really funny when Trump, like when Biden would say something and he wasn't like fully confident, Trump would like capitalize on it and he'd be like, oh, there goes your left. there goes your far left supporters. They all lost you right there. And he just get in his head the whole time.
That's bad on Trump though, because nope, I didn't have them anyway. I was very much looking forward to. I'm gonna stay away from the whatever they were talking about. Just these. It is two old guys debating. Two very old guys debating.
Very old.
It was not as exciting as I had hoped it would be.
What?
I wanted more. It was, I would say, entertaining. So just like rambling old guys, you know, we're both confused about where they are. I expected more incoherent rambling. I wanted somebody to be like, well, back in like 1984, this was going on, and then give a anecdote which had nothing to do with what was going on.
Well, in 1987 in Scranton, the metal workers they had very hairy legs, and and then they like,
Okay.
in 1984, you didn't know the difference between metal and steel. You were absolutely stupid. You weren't. Oh my gosh. What would he have said? In 1984, I owned the building that you were working at.
Something like that.
This guy has no idea what he's talking about. There goes the left.
That's pretty good, Nathan.
Appreciate it, man. You know, I'm just the impersonations guy here.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan's been getting those brownie points at work.
Wasn't it? This might have been a episode a long time ago. But Ace, didn't you have someone in your office who kept like farting or something? When COVID first came out, wasn't it?
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Not at my current job, but yeah, at the last job I worked, there was a guy who he like walked like down the main aisle in the building and like farted, and he like looked around to see if people saw him, but not like in a embarrassing way, but like in a gotcha, and like kept going. And it's really weird because we made eye contact. He said, "Yeah, gotcha."
Okay.
Not gonna lie, a certain
Donald. Oh, go ahead.
a certain aerospace company don't know how to courtesy flush. All right, I've never the worst bathrooms I've ever been in. Like, not like they don't look bad, but like you walk in and you're like, bro, flush, just flush.
Actually, that's good. Hey, since we have this platform, we should use it for good. What is a courtesy flush? For those of you who don't know what a courtesy flush is, Ace, can you explain it?
Okay. So when you're literally sitting on top of your own poop and you're like, hey, does this smell bad? Let me flush real quick. That's a courtesy flush. Like, honestly, other people don't have to be in the bathroom for you to courtesy flush. You can just do it for your own sake, to be courtesy to yourself. You don't have to do this. And that's the segment on today's episode of Man, that man poop a lot.
It's crazy because you have another bathroom story that you just told me the other day, Asian. Some guy was threatening your life, right?
Oh yeah, on this episode of Awkward Bathrooms, I was in the bathroom last Friday, like last Wednesday, and I was doing my thing in there. You know what I'm saying? Usually I'm not the man to do number twos in a public bathroom because I just think some things are meant to be private. But I had to go. You know, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm in the bathroom doing my thing, and I was thinking, bringing back up Hamilton. I was thinking about something Xavier said on an earlier podcast about how the reason Burr didn't vote for the reason that Hamilton didn't vote for Burr was because that he just kept walking around saying smile more instead of actually trying to do anything. And so, like that, it just makes me laugh every time I think about it. And so I chuckled, like a really soft chuckle under my breath. And the guy that was, first of all, why did he come into the bathroom and it was an empty bathroom, and he came into the stall right next to me. Bro, courtesy, get your ass to the other side. Skip a toilet, all right? Don't pull up next to me. Give me my space. So he like, I guess he heard me chuckling, and he thought I was like chuckling at him. I don't know why, but he like flushes the toilet. Then he opens the stall and just starts like, and it was like, okay. And so then he like washes his hands, and then you don't have to see him, like you can just hear him. Like he washes his hands, he goes, he gets a paper towel, and then I don't hear a door open. And I'm like, some time goes by, like a couple minutes goes by, and then I like look, and the man is just standing there, you know? He's just standing there. And I'm like, okay. I was like, well, this is where I die. And, you know, this is going to happen today. And he stood there for a very long time. And it got to the point where I was done doing my thing, and he was still standing there. I mean, like at least 5 minutes went by. Wow. And not until some other random guy walked into the bathroom did he leave. I was scared for my life, because I don't know what this man was about to do to me. I think he just wanted to lay eyes on me and be like, okay, it's you. But I don't know how to tell him. I'm like, bro, I'm not laughing at you. What did I give you? Like, what made you think I was laughing at him? Because all I did was chuckle under my breath. I was like, you know, he really thought I was coming after him. So, yeah, I know, I was pretty scared. I stayed in there for at least an extra 20 minutes. Just waiting. This is why it's kind of gets back to my other point. You courtesy flush for situations like this where people are trapped in the bathroom. They don't have to be trapped with your damn smell. So, yeah, you know, I don't know what's happening inside these bathrooms. I don't know. Maybe that was on me for you know, taking myself to a happy place.
Yeah, for making a single sound. Can't do that.
It's like, it would be like if you like walked into the bathroom and you like accidentally stomped your foot. You like walked, but one foot made a slightly louder sound than the other foot, and then someone come out and like, oh, we got someone, you're stomping your feet today. You got a troll today, you know. That's.
I said, we got a comedian in the bathroom today, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I imagine a meme right now of y'all know that classic video where the guy was like, "Ooh, kill him, Terrio," but the kid is like nervously staring back at the camera.
Yeah.
And he's like,
yes.
So imagine like that kid
with a drink in his hand.
Yeah, he has a drink in his head. That kid's face, but like through the crack in the stall door. It's like looking out. Like,
was he trying to look at the cracks, AC? Did you have to move your whole body?
No. He wasn't trying to look into the bathroom.
Okay.
He was standing like near the trash cans, but he just stood there. It's like insane to me. Like that's so crazy. You're standing there waiting for somebody to come out the bathroom. Like, it would have been one thing. Like, people have allowed
right
worse things, you know? People have been like in a stall with someone and said, "Damn, man, you shitting pretty loud today." And like, even they get a pass. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're right, man. I had to go." You know, and everyone goes about their day. But this one, I have no relation to this guy, not even interacting with him, you know? Gosh.
maybe he had like maybe he was bullied as a kid for the way he, I don't know, sat on toilets or something.
See,
and
statements like that, Nathan, means that you were the guy that would bully people for the way they sat on toilets. Because I've never heard that in my whole life.
Dude, I actually have
like, oh man, look at you sitting on a toilet, man. God, that's right, Jimmy.
Another classic Vine, sitting on the toilet. Y'all remember that? Sitting on the toilet. I'm sitting on the. No.
No. I don't remember that one.
I was on Tosh.0, I think, even before that.
It's on Tosh.0. So it might have been YouTube, one of the first YouTube videos.
I don't think that was one of the first YouTube videos.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
0 for 3 right now on these. I do have a funny poop story, if that's what we're doing.
Yeah, might as well.
So I have 2 cousins, right? Jordan and Jaden. And we like we'd always go granddad's house and like for Sunday dinner. And so me and my little sister and them two, we'd always like share stories with each other. And one day we come over, Jaden's the younger one, and Jordan's like, you guys are not going to believe what Jaden did this week. And Jaden was like, no, please don't tell them. And then we, like, as soon as someone says, don't tell the story, everyone wants to hear the story now. And so he's like, we went to Sonic and Jaden got a blue raspberry slushie. And we were like, okay, where are you going with this? And then, and then he said, and then Jaden pooped blue. And, and we were like, I mean, we're all like 12 years old. And so we were like, oh my goodness, you pooped blue? And he was like, no, I didn't. And he started getting like really defensive. And the more defensive he got, the more we like egged him on. We're like, you pooped blue. You had blue poop. Blue poop. Blue poop. And I think the funniest thing about the story is that he started crying. He didn't finish his dinner. He started crying and he walked away. And that's a real thing that happened in his childhood, is that he pooped blue and all of his family members laughed at him to the point of him crying. So that might have been my cousin low-key in the bathroom.
So you have experiencing bullying people that poop, is what I hear.
Yeah, but I mean, let's say I were to go to your place, right? And I had a big old blue slushie. No, let's say I had a slushie from the cafeteria in Tuskegee, and then I pooped blue, pure blue. And you saw.
Wait, what?
Well, wait, how would you find out? That's a good.
Yeah, that's
what. How would you find out?
How would you find out?
They were really close, like brothers.
Why use Tuskegee as an example? They don't. They don't serve slushies.
Oh, I'm talking about whatever was in those drink machines, like that blue.
Okay, well,
I mean, we all drank that blue Powerade.
funny that you bring that up. I think I was just talking with somebody about the mixes you would have to do.
Oh yeah,
you cannot drink the water. All right.
No.
Can't drink the water. Yeah, we thought we were so cool with those mixes. Come back, dude. My ego. If I got my drink mix perfect, dude, ego through the freaking roof.
Because you walking through the cab, the lemonade at the bottom and the Powerade at the top. And they're like, how you doing that? How you separating the two? And you're like, hey, don't worry about
it. Would be the fruit punch with the dash of, I guess, Powerade or lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
It's some pretty gnarly colors.
Yeah. Half red, half blue.
It's what we had to do for fun, right? People at other colleges are driving their motorcycle into pools, and we're mixing fountain drinks.
People at other
Tuskegee
colleges,
University,
like actually having air conditioning in their engineering departments and funding so they can put carbon fiber wings on their. Y'all remember that should we say in our senior design project when they were like the other teams, they'd be like, hey, so Tuskegee, what can you do to contribute to the plane? And we were like, oh, we got a saw. They're like,
foam cutter.
We got a foam cutter. They're like, cool. Okay, so we'll do the carbon fiber layup at our school, and then we'll send it to you guys so you can cut it. We're like, yep, go ahead and do that, bro.
The engine testing stand.
Oh man, Nathan, I don't. That engineering building, I don't think you saw it before freshman year, but there was no carpet in there.
Yeah, they didn't have
at
carpet
one time, and it looked really bad. Like it wasn't just like a floor under it; it was like what looked like it had been painted over like 10 times, and all the paint had scratched up.
40 years of floor.
Yeah, they put in that carpet.
That's part of the Tuskegee experience, though.
Yeah.
Forgot all about that.
Yeah. That's why people I was just telling people this the other day, like whether it's an alumni from the 50s or from the 30s or from 2019, we can all just bond on how crappy but yeah, I don't want to say this on air, but like I'll just say struggle, not crappy, but like we can all bond on the struggle of going to Tuskegee,
The experience.
the experience. We'll leave it at that. We don't talk down about Tuskegee in public,
I do.
but amongst ourselves.
Hey, I paid to go there. I comment about that. You know, you get your education. There's some shit that just ain't right that they doing over there at Tuskegee. Okay, but send your kids there. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, it's a learning experience.
Yeah, definitely send your kids
life
there,
lessons.
especially if your kids are bougie.
Like, humble them.
Yes. Drive
Request Adams. Request Banneker.
freshman students driving like on campus with their parents like fancy BMW, and then they park it and live in a box. Live in a dorm room where they can't breathe sometimes because the air quality is like Beijing, China. Yeah, send your
You ever
Send your
open up
kids.
a door and just see a rat just run across in front? You're like, oh! The first time you see that'll humble you. You're like, okay, we living with rats.
Rat. That didn't happen to me. No, I've never seen a live rat. Tuskegee.
I also have not, but just out and about, not in dorms or anything. Just like on the sidewalks at night, you will find those dinosaur roaches.
yeah.
Ooh.
Biggest roach I've ever seen in my life. It was like that Family Guy skit where he comes home and the roach is like in his bathroom, like, what are you doing here? And he's like taking a shower or something. Good old Tuskegee. Man, I guess speaking of animals, this has nothing. I mean, we're gonna, I mean, let's be honest. Movies, TV, it's kind of sparse this year. So I apologize for the viewers. We haven't been that we haven't had a lot of stuff to review for y'all. But so what I will be reviewing today is I've been watching Wild Hawaii on Disney Plus, and I've been looking at whales. I've been looking at whale videos all week long. Did you know? Did you know that a sperm whale creates the loudest sound of all animals on Earth, and they can communicate with each other through thousands of miles? Did you also know that birds, all animals have like a sixth sense of like electromagnetic whatever, and that's how they can
They
migrate?
find those breeding grounds.
Yeah, that's how they migrate north to south, and they travel in a straight line, like across the entire Pacific. Like when they track birds or sharks or whatever, it'll go in an exact straight line, and then the next year go the exact same route back, and the exact same route back. So they were wondering, like, do humans have this same sense? Do we have this like electromagnetic sense? And so they went and they took some like person from this Native American tribe, I think, who they're known for having like just a sense of direction. Even if it's pitch black, they can tell where they're going. They can tell north, south, east, west. And so what they did was they put them in a black room and they spun them around a bunch, and they asked them like north, south, east, west, where is it? And they like 20 times out of 20, they got it right. And then what they did, they took a little piece of magnetite and they put it on the guy's forehead, and then they spun him around, and he couldn't figure out north, south, east, or west. And they did that with animals too. And it's kind of cool. It's like a sense that animals have.
I can really mess with a bird if I just duct tape a small magnet to their head.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking like all that brain power, all of that like skill, and these whales are still they still get hit by boats every year. I was like,
Now wait a second.
I don't know. Like, imagine your brain is like the size of a kitchen table, right? And you can tell the electromagnetic pulse of the earth, but you can't tell when Billy Bob on his on his fishing boat is coming by you, and you still get chopped up. That's a little dark way to end that.
I think you're talking about like manatees or something. They can only swim at like 7 miles an hour versus.
Oh, good point.
I'm a dentist on the weekend driving his speedboat 40 miles an hour.
Good point. Yeah, they were like, now the blue whale will speed up to a speed of 5 miles an hour. I was like, oh, bro, I can't do this. But yeah, man, I'm hopefully that didn't bore you. Hopefully you learned something, from my science rant. But yeah, Wild Hawaii, pretty interesting.
Yeah, I hesitate to bring this up, but I also been watching animal videos recently. This is not a plug, but is Coyote Peterson on YouTube. Is the guy who gets stung by bugs. And
Okay.
back to the catalog.
Coyote what?
Coyote Peterson.
His goal for the longest was just to go through the pain index of several different insect stings. He's done it. He finished, I think, over a year ago now. He's been stung by bullet ant, which I think is number 1 on the insect pain index. He's been stung by velvet wasp, things like number 3, a tarantula hawk at 2. What was it? The giant Japanese hornets, which everyone was freaking out about earlier this year when 2020 wasn't as crazy as it is now, I guess. He's been stung by one of those. He's been stung by it all. And I'm just amazed that he would keep doing this.
Oh, he has like 5 books too.
Yeah.
He's definitely cashed out on all the attention.
Yeah, he has a good opener. I think his thing is like, I'm Coyote Peterson. Stay wild. I'll see you on the next one. After his face is swelled up and his left arm
Whoa.
immobile.
Dude, all his videos have like 40, 50 million views.
He's huge.
Whoa. So you said he got stung by what was it, killer hornet? What is it called?
A Japanese giant hornet.
Japanese giant. Bro, I'm gonna watch this. Tarantula hawk, bro?
Yeah.
Cicada killer? That's scary.
He's been stung by, I think he said the worst bite wasn't even an insect, it was from a centipede.
The centipede. I see the centipede right here. 17 million. Man, I'm watching this tonight. I had like podcasts and audiobooks I was planning on listening. Nope. This is it. This is my next thing. Breaking news, guys. So Kanye West is going to be on Joe Rogan this Friday. That's going to be
okay.
crazy. Probably going to be the biggest episode ever. Or one of them.
He's been on there before, hasn't he?
Never.
Okay, yeah, this probably will be. So, I guess he's done with the move to Spotify now. I thought the studio looked different on YouTube.
No, so he moved to Austin, and his move to Spotify. So December. Why are we talking about his podcast? But his podcast will only be available on Spotify on December. So we have until December to watch it on YouTube, and then hopefully he won't take them down. Yeah, he won't take them down. But yeah, man, it's I don't know. Am I the only Rogan listener here?
I won't watch a full episode, but I will just do some clips. His episodes are like 3 hours long.
I haven't listened to any of it, Nathan.
Never? Oh, they're really interesting. I listened to, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. are about to fight. So I listened to both of those. I think Roy Jones is going to win that. Any boxing
Really?
fans? Yeah, I think Roy Jones is going to win. Because Roy Jones hasn't stopped training, and he trains other fighters. So, like, he's been in shape, and he's...
Some of these recent videos from Tyson, though. I mean...
Tyson also looks like he hasn't stopped.
Yeah, I mean...
He hasn't been training.
I don't know. I'm putting my money on brains over... Well, Tyson is a brain. We don't... I can't say that he's not a brain. He definitely has a mind and a tactical...
All I know is that one of
His
them
instinct
did
for fighting.
a one-man play about his life. So...
Wait, Tyson did a one-man play about his life?
Yeah. I witnessed this man on stage like 10 years ago. He just was talking about his life. It was really weird, but he's an interesting guy.
Wait, you saw it live?
Yeah. I went to see Tyson live. That might be what it was called. But yeah, it was kind of like it was like he was like reenacting certain points of his life, but it was just him on stage just talking, and it wasn't a motivational. So I that's why I put it in the play category, because he wasn't really motivating anybody. He just said, "Yeah, I punched this guy. I grew up on this, I grew up on the streets," type situation. And this is my
he
life.
also has a podcast that I listen to.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, big podcast guy here. Listeners, any podcasts that you'd recommend? Put them in the comments.
Comments down below.
just started Revisionist History by Malcolm Gladwell. Man, this is about to be, the more nature documentaries and podcasts I talk about, our demographic is going to change and it's not going to be good.
Listeners dropping off by the dozens.
Mike Tyson, Undisputed Truth. Yes, that's what it was called.
That was
It's
the
also
play.
it's also a book as well. So yeah.
So was he up to reading a book?
He didn't read it.
Oh.
Just talking.
Could you imagine if he... Three blind mice. The mice ran around. They was in the dark and they couldn't. Wait, I can't. What's a book I can read? Anyone have a book on hand? I have a book. Here it
While
goes.
Nathan's looking for his book, I remember.
I was like, I got a book.
I remember 50 Cent challenging Floyd Mayweather to read a page from a Harry Potter book.
He said, if you read one page from a Harry Potter book, I will donate $750,000 to your choice charities. And then he came out with a second video that said, I know that was kind of hard to ask. If you read one Dr. Seuss book.
All right, so I have. Y'all remember Rick Riordan, the Lightning Thief?
Yes.
Yeah, so he has a Egyptian series where they go into
Kane
Egyptian.
Chronicles.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, my boy, Justin on that Egyptian stuff. So, says, so this is let me put my. Hey, how you doing? This is Mike Tyson. I'm gonna read chapter 5 of the Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. This is a book I read my daughters. I read my daughters this book. Chapter 5 is called We Meet the Monkey. It's Carter again. Sorry. We had to turn off the tape for a while because we were being followed by, well, we'll get to that later. Sadie was telling you how we left London. Hey, Eighth. I'm going to need help with this word. London. How do you say that word? Lon. Eighth, can you hear me? Eighth,
Say
if
that
you don't
again.
freaking answer me, I'll reach through this laptop and I'll grab you by the throat and throw you in the garbage bin. All right, I'm done. That's
Okay.
Is that what he sounds like on his podcast too? Like,
yeah.
I might have to check that out.
It's a really good podcast.
Everybody doing podcasts nowadays. Huh?
Yeah, everybody doing podcast. Everyone, copying the Knuckle Sandwich podcast.
That's what it sounds like.
It's all good. We were the first podcast.
Just like the guy that said he was sitting on a toilet, like how he was the first YouTube video. We are the first podcast.
The difference is we are the first podcast. Burden of Proof lays on Accuser now.
Hey, speaking of Burden of Proof, that album came out by Benny the Butcher. It's a really good album. Man, we're all over the place here.
Oh, Benny the Butcher. Yeah, I heard that album. He said, my name is Benny the Butcher. I come and hit you with the knife. If you really want to come near me, it's a strife. And my name is Benny. That album?
Yeah.
All right, Nathan, hold on.
I know
hold
it
on.
sounds-
It sounds like you're trying to go at me on a freestyle battle real quick.
Oh,
Go ahead, spit your rhymes, and don't just pick something that you've written down. All right, and pick from there. I don't like it when
I
they
won't.
say that's freestyle. That's not freestyle.
I
Go.
won't.
Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna flow. You're just mad because you poop really slow. You had that man standing in the bathroom all day, and you were afraid to wipe because the poop just wouldn't go away, and the dude just wouldn't go away. So what did you do? You stay, and you know what happened when you stay?
What?
I don't know.
That's what you're supposed to hit me with that final line.
Yeah, that final line. I'm gonna hit you with that final line. Mike Tyson looking through the crack of the bathroom. He's gonna hit you for the final time.
Ooh.
There we go. It's your turn.
You actually did a lot better than I thought you would.
That was actually pretty decent.
And now what I'm going to say is really going to not be up to par after you just heard my Benny the Butcher freestyle. I'm all in the mic. I talk like Nate, so you know I'm stupid. Like all... All that fly kites. Yeah, that's right. I'm sitting down on a chair, more likely a dresser. That's right. I'm taller than you. I'm stronger than you. I make more money than you. All right. And that's right. I stole it. But that's what I do when I steal off on a nigga. And every day you come around me and I don't rhyme my words because I'm a realist nigga. And that's what I try to say because you ain't know me, nigga. That's right. And my neighbors told me to shut up. But I said, look, I own this apartment and I own your life. Nate still uses Axe body spray.
Dude, that was like that rap battle was like if those if like the Sugar Hill game who they're the guys who were like a hip, a hop, a hip. It's like if they were to rap battle against like NWA. That's what that was.
What had swear, by that Sugar Hill game.
Oh.
Wait, what'd you say about Sugar Hill?
I'm saying like that time, that style of rap, like from that generation swear that's the best type of rap they've ever heard.
That was when rap was real positive, my brother, man. Now this stuff nowadays, man, it ain't even. They talking about all this sagging they pants and calling the women hoes and wearing baggy clothes, man. It's not good for the children. Dude.
Yeah, when say
people
that,
rap
that's
like
that's a real statement that old people be saying, and they be missing out on like half of the music that came out during their time where it was talking about like killing people. And right, we're gonna pull up with our gang, and you ain't gonna exist tomorrow. like that was real words. They don't. All they think is like all like the nice Ice Cubes today was a good day type raps, But that's represents like 10% of the type of music that came out during your time.
And my dad talks about that. Like, I think for sure they had cleaner music back then. Like he was talking about, yeah, man, the dudes on my block, we'd all sit on the stoop up in the Bronx, New York, and we'd all sing Jackson 5 with each other. All the cool cats. But then at the same time, he's like, yeah, and then those good, strong men, masculine men who were men for their family. But we would, when the Marine Corps, when we went to Italy, they were sleeping with all the prostitutes. And I was just like, wait. So it's like they listen to like way cleaner music. They're listening to like, and then they're still like shooting up drugs and like sleeping with hookers in Rome, Italy or whatever. So
reality of man.
Yeah, men don't change. This girl, I don't like saying this. This girl showed me this quote. It was a YouTube comment, and it said, "Even if men had nothing else, they would still have the audacity." And that was just, I kind of like that quote.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, I believe that. That's true.
Ace, if you had nothing, right? If you just blinked right now, and you were butt naked in the Sahara Desert, right?
Yeah,
you would still have the audacity, right? That's what that statement's saying.
The audacity to do what? To just be me.
Imagine you're like on a Sahara tour and you're like on dirt bikes and you just run up on there's a butt naked American just walking through.
I'm stronger than you. I'm taller than you. I make more money than you. And I just walk away. The audacity.
Man. Speaking of
crazy though, you say that.
Oh,
but people really do pull up on like that's a real thing. Like you being like pick a downtown and you could just be walking down the street one day and some naked person could just pull up on you and be like, "Hey, yo, can you spare me $1, sir? Please, my man." And you said, "Nah, I don't have any cash on me." He said, "Man, well, fuck you too, you broke ass little bitch."
My friend was literally just telling me today. He was like, "Yeah, I was in Austin one time and I saw a couple on a motorcycle and they were both completely naked driving down the highway." And he said, "This is a scary thing." He said they were not young. And those are the same people who you date you're dating a girl and she's like, hey, come on, you should come to my grandparents' house. My grandma made apple pie. And then you recognize grandma, and then you think, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm sorry.
I interpreted it as like you show up there and their grandparents are still naked, and he's like, you all look so familiar. Then it clicks that you saw them on a bike ride earlier.
Harley Davidson going 80 miles an hour.
That legal?
I don't think so.
That takes streaking to a whole nother level.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
But yeah, speaking of unnecessary nudity, The Boys season 2 is complete. So what are y'all's thoughts on The Boys season 2?
I really like this season. I enjoy The Boys in general. But I think I'll give this just my overall raw score between 8.5 and I'll stick with 8.5, just shy of a 9.
Yeah, Nate, Justin, you said this is the first one you've been like waiting to watch live. The second it was released.
Yeah, this is the first time in a long time, probably since Game of Thrones, that I've been anticipating an episode coming out for anything.
Oh, it's crazy. Hey, Ace, how'd you like it?
I'd also give it an 8.5. They hit on those hard subjects, and yeah, it was good. They did their thing with this season. They didn't. No, right. I think Justin, you said the only thing that really, the only people that had any say was like, I guess, Amazon, the network, told them they had to release it every week, right? Instead of just releasing it all at once. But everything else was like they did not hold back.
No.
Were you against the weekly release, Ace?
I'd prefer if you just release the whole thing. I mean,
Okay.
I think if you're gonna do it online, you're gonna do an online stream, then just release the whole show. To me, I guess I thought that was just like unspoken of thing that you do if you're not gonna release it on television, just release the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like the weekly release. Because that's
Yeah,
everybody.
I did
talking
hate
about
it
at
at
the same
first.
time.
Yeah. If they're gonna do that, I did like how they just gave us like the first 3 episodes up front, just a taste.
Yeah.
But I would be a little upset if I guess spoilers from here on out. Like if somebody just streamed it or just watched it all in 8 hours, and like I'm on episode 2 by the next morning, and they already spoiled the last scene in the season for me. I would be kind of upset.
I think that could work out, but I also think it depends on how many episodes there are. I mean, if it was like, let's say it was a 20 episode show, right? You got to wait like 20 weeks. What is this, TV or something?
But that's the thing. That you can't put things on TV anymore. No one watches TV, but you still want to have the same conversation as if it was on TV.
True.
Nathan, how far did you get? 2 episodes?
I'd probably give this series.
No, I said how far did you get?
I'd give it an 8, a solid 8. I really enjoyed the series as a whole. I think every episode equally I liked. All the characters equally, I liked them, and I liked what they did. From the beginning to the end was really interesting. Especially, a lot of blood. That I liked the blood, and the way that Homelander was portrayed. I could definitely
relate.
Is
that the word you want to say?
I wish maybe they made some more episodes, but it's all good.
Would you say you could relate to Homelander?
Hey, bro, that's actually no.
Okay, all right.
He's going to take it too far.
That's pretty, yeah.
He's the most vague review, so he's trying to trap you.
Homelander's the most evil. I only got like 3 episodes in.
Okay, well,
you did not see the most evil.
Oh, then Homelander you would know, is not the most evil person on the show.
He's not. I read.
I'm reading someone that was now. Racism incarnate, and that was Stormfront.
I just recently finished season 1 because I did not like The Boys last year, so it took me 1 year to finish season 1. I give season 1 about a 6. I like season 2 more than season 1. I give season 2 I give it a 7.
I think season 2 is better.
Yeah, definitely like
more sure on their footing. I think the budget's they definitely have a bigger budget. Yeah, I want to go to favorite characters, favorite moments, really.
Favorite moment of the season? I don't even know.
I don't know. All of it was good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would say
dude.
the. I think my favorite moment is going to be the last scene in the final episode. See, once it all comes together.
Same.
Actually, we already said spoiler alert. So Victoria Newman being the head popper.
Yeah.
Okay, when you said final scene, I was thinking of Homelander masturbating.
Oh, okay, no.
on
no.
on
me
his
too, that's
vehicle
what
with his silhouette on the moon.
Ooh, okay, I didn't catch that. Actually, that's B-roll footage from the season 1.
Yeah, I was telling AC, I saw the interview. They wanted to put that in season 1, but Amazon said no. But
Yeah,
they got
just
the
snuck it in
green
there.
light this season.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I
You
didn't
didn't-
get to that part.
You didn't see anything. No more. There was no nudity. Homelander never takes off his suit.
Wait, in the whole season 2, there's no nudity.
Oh, I don't know. Not as.
I don't think so.
I think the only reason there's
I don't think
nudity
so.
in the first season was just because, the guy had to be invisible. He had to not wear clothes.
He's like, I got to do what I got to do.
Oh
Yeah.
no, there was one thing you might not have liked.
Oh.
Yeah, there was they were in an asylum where they were testing their new. They were trying to make superheroes,
Oh, okay.
and they ran
Right.
against fan favorite. His name is Love Sausage. That's his name from the comics.
Oh no,
And he had the ability to extend his penis.
that's
That was
okay.
his power.
How much of the show did they devote to fighting Love Sausage?
Nothing, like a half a second.
Okay, it's half
His
second.
penis was like a. It's like
Mr. Fantastic.
yeah. It reminded me of Doctor Octopus's his tentacles going around grabbing. He grabbed Mother's Milk by the neck, was choking him out.
Oh, that's
They
so
knocked-
gross.
they knocked him out. Yeah, that wasn't even his power in the show. In the show, he was just a Russian guy that was really strong. And I think he had a big penis because it was always pressed up against his suit. His
Yes.
power was not to manipulate the density, but they killed him off. That was sad.
Just immediately, as soon as they saw him,
I think
Uh,
they're like,
Nico.
shoot him first.
did he die? She punched him in the head. I assumed he died, right?
she just knocked him out.
Oh, okay. Oh, he might come back. Oh,
Crap.
I think he's supposed to. And then I guess we could thought Stormfront's power is, I guess, kind of lame because how many people did she actually kill with her shock? I saw too many people walking up from those.
yeah. I'll think about it.
Or maybe is that why she just chooses to strangle people?
Yeah, I think that's why she just strangled him.
Did you guys? I know it was crazy, but did you feel sorry for her at all in her those last seconds?
No, he said.
No.
No, she was a terrible person, but again, I told this I think to Xavier Justin that she got pretty messed up in that last scene. Basically she had 4 limbs, and then 1 second later she had no limbs type thing, and she was just on the ground, just speaking in her native language, which no one in the show has really ever heard her do. So I was thinking that she was in so much pain that she forgot English. I'm like, dang.
She's definitely, I think it's some sort of, she was definitely in some sort of shock.
Yeah.
Um,
Be crazy
I
if they
don't-
brought her back.
They didn't confirm that she was dead. They just said they had her in a facility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Now I'm
imagine
thinking
she
it's,
could survive that.
I'm thinking of like a Darth Vader scenario where he's just racist to Darth Vader, but she can't use her lightning abilities.
I was thinking
Ooh.
she'd just come back like just built like a minion, like that pill body. But that just politically correct pill body.
Who was your favorite moment of the season, Asian?
Ooh. Okay. Favorite moment. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull up the
Yeah.
show. Pull up
I'm
the show.
thinking. For me, I want to say when Homelander was killing the doppelganger, whatever his name is.
Killing who?
What's the shapeshifter's name?
Oh, that is Doppelganger.
Yeah.
That's his name? Okay, yeah, doppelganger.
I forgot that was a whole. Gosh, that was a part of a plot line in there.
We just find out that Homelander's not a fan of the gays that episode. He outed Queen Maeve on live TV. Then he almost had sex with a clone of himself, and he would have too if
Considered it.
if Doppelganger didn't say it's not gay if it's yourself, because the second he said it's not gay if it's yourself, that's when Homelander's face dropped. because Homelander did not like the gays apparently. And then he had no choice. Doppelganger saw Homelander in that little weak state for half a second, so he had to kill him.
Yeah.
Wait, he killed Homelander?
No, Doppelganger was he transformed into Homelander.
Some sort of
So it's like
messed up therapy session.
yeah, so he was like killing himself.
Wait, that's the therapy guy, the black guy?
No, that's Mother's Milk.
No, like the black guy who was like he took freaking the Deep, and he's like, hey, come to my therapy sessions.
Oh, that guy. That's
It's Eagle Archer.
yeah, Eagle.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
Eagle
so
Eye or something.
I haven't heard too much about him, so I'm just gonna assume.
Oh, shoot, I completely forgot about the Deep subplot because it wasn't actually important. I like the Scientology subplot too. That was good this season.
Oh, he did.
It's
Yeah.
and they just
put
had
him-
that because they wanted to put him in this season, I guess, but they actually gave him nothing to do. It was just
Good.
just busy work.
Nobody likes the Deep. It was all just for A-Train in the end somehow.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't want to see the Deep happy at all. So
They even gave him a fake wife like they did with Tom Cruise. It's crazy. Oh, not that we can confirm that. We don't know for sure. No one's Scientology coming after our podcast.
Yeah, you will.
accusations, not even accusations. I'm gonna call them.
Another thing I like. Well, y'all didn't talk about this last season when Billy. I just finished season 1 a couple weeks ago. When Billy just blew up the bomb at the lady's house, Stillwater's house. Y'all didn't tell me that there was a child in the room. So this guy is not a good guy in any shape or form. He would have killed that baby if Homelander didn't save the baby. And
Oh yeah.
and for half a second, Billy was about to kill that his stepson, if you consider that a stepson.
he really hates superheroes.
Yeah, he's racist.
A whole
He's
lot.
racist. He's not as bad as what's his name, Stormfront, obviously,
Not a Stormfront.
but he's still racist. These people don't have a choice. They were given that. I did enjoy.
I don't think he would have. Oh, good.
Oh no, let's go. You say what you say.
I don't know if he'd be. We don't know if they'll have the same powers as if in the comics. I don't think a crowbar would have hurt Ryan when he got
That would have done
shot
nothing.
for roof.
Yeah,
by Homelander. That would have only made him angry, and then he would have been fried.
but that was so good acting on his part. You could really see all the emotions he's going through in his face.
I think a couple people were saying that Anthony Starr, he did a really good job in episode 2.
Mhm.
He is made for Homelander. Or Homelander is made for
He
him.
went from sad to laughing to angry all in like 5 seconds.
Oh, and that is a perfect role for him. He has a threatening aura. I haven't gotten that feeling from a character. I have to think about it, but it's been a while.
I still want to see more from Noir. I mean, he basically had a whole episode to himself, but he wasn't
I
really.
think it was really developed.
Yeah, he wasn't really even in that episode. I guess they probably talk about it more in the comics, but what is his ability?
The comic version is completely different from where they're going now.
Yeah. Can I say
Really?
it since it's
Okay.
probably not even the same? What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, go ahead.
In the comics, Noir is a clone of Homelander.
Really?
And that's why he's always Homelander's like number 2 guy. Homelander doesn't know he's a clone, but Vought, what's the name of the company?
Vought?
Vought.
Yeah.
Vought put Black Noir there to take Homelander out whenever he goes too crazy.
What?
They're obviously not doing that in this because this guy can get shot and blown up.
And he's a black man.
Yeah, he's a black man. They're really diverging from the comics. Because in the comics, the boys start off with like at a standstill with the 7 after what happened with Lamplighter. So they were like focusing on the little superheroes first and working their way up to the 7. But in this, they went straight after the 7.
Yeah.
But now that they have the little superhero task force, maybe next season they'll focus on the little people again.
I think so. I think be like season villains per se, with Soldier Boy coming in.
Mhm.
He wasn't even really a villain in the comics.
Wait, not Soldier Boy.
No, not Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy.
Yeah, Soldier Boy.
Captain America
Mhm.
a parody, I guess.
I like that they addressed that why all the superheroes are white because Volt's just racist
Yes.
and they pick the heroes. And the one time they did give the one black guy with powers, they just made him run fast. But still didn't make him the fastest one. So I did like that they went into that. I bought you time, Mason. What was your favorite moment?
Yeah. Okay. Favorite moment was the courtroom scene
Okay.
because that came out of nowhere, and for 1 second you saw Butcher happy, and I think he said, "Gotcha, bitch," and then like people's heads just start exploding, and you're trying to figure out because earlier in the season someone's head explodes, and you're like, what just happened? And they don't really bring it up that much. But then it comes back, and and then it just even says more to the point with Justin about when they figure out who it is. Then we went back and we watched that scene to see if there were any clues, and they gave us slight clues in that scene to who it was, just on the way the camera was pointing to certain people, and it was just good scene all around. Go ahead.
They even clued us in a little bit earlier when we first see Raynor's head pop. Like Frenchie is asking, "Who do you know who has that power?" And then the camera cuts to a news conference that the Congresswoman is holding.
Oh, yeah, I completely missed that one.
So she has to be working for Vault, right? Since they make all the superheroes.
I'm pretty sure she works for Vault.
Okay, because people just now discovered the compound, so no one has superpowers without them giving it to them.
I still think they want to have a monopoly over who gets it.
Yeah.
Rather than just giving it to random police officers and the military.
So they're just playing the long game.
Yeah.
What's his name? Stan Edgar. I kept calling him Gus. Oh yes, Stan Edgar.
Yeah. He's in the show. No, he does. Is it typecast him that he's always in that kind of?
I think so.
Even in The Mandalorian, he was like that.
He's also in the new Far Cry game. Only seen like one cutscene, but yeah, it's him. And still Gus Fring. That's okay. I'm not upset.
Did somebody say Mandalorian?
It's coming back at the end of the month.
I still haven't seen it yet.
No. Man, Zay and I kind of watched opposite things. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, wait, did you watch Death Note?
I didn't finish it. I need to. You know what happened?
Wow. I don't know how you could put that show down.
Yeah, this is one reason I don't like binge watching things. That's why I was okay with the week by week thing. But the only shows I've ever binge watched is BoJack Horseman and Death Note. That's it.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
All through college?
I don't remember binge watching anything.
What's the last thing? Oh wait, Justin, you haven't seen Death Note, right?
No.
Okay,
Man.
never mind.
This man Justin, I've seen Justin binge. That's just his lifestyle, is binge watching things.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Dude, you got through a lot of because we lived together for 2 years. You got through all of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay. I watch like Kai. That's a lot different than just Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. Still a lot. Okay. I'm still right. You watched all of Dragon Ball Z Kai. You watched, I guess, Game of Thrones, but that was week by week. You watched you had those political shows that you would watch. Dude, who's I wish I remembered his name.
Jon Stewart?
No, I'm thinking of the guy who did that video of Steve Harvey doesn't want to host.
Vic Burger.
Vic Burger.
Vic Burger. Little Vic Burger.
Someone like, yeah, I keep up with politics. It's like, oh, what do you watch on? I watch Vic Burger. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got on Netflix. I still use my dad's Netflix, right? Me and my little sister, we still use it. But I got on one night and there was some random name on there, like Susie. It's like, who the heck is Susie? Doesn't matter. And I just kept watching what I was watching. And then the next week I tried to get on and it said like incorrect password. So I'm thinking my dad.
I know that feeling, Nathan.
Yeah.
Me, AC, and were using our friend Tamar's family's Netflix for years. We were so comfortable, we made a new account user on there. Just called it Brown. That's when we were all sharing. One day, we tried to log on, and it didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because Asian stopped using our user. He started using Tamar's mom's account. You watch stuff on Tamar's mom's user instead of the one that we had designated for us, and that was probably the last straw.
Listen.
Asian knew it for us.
I checked because one day I had accidentally just clicked X and I was in there, I'm like, oh, this Netflix hasn't been touched yet. This is a pure Netflix, you know? And I was like, all right, well, I'm here now. I might as well just start watching. And after a while, I got really comfortable. It started, picking out, recommending stuff that I might like. And I'm like, I got to stay here now. But, that's what I'm saying. Like, most likely she was never going to log into there. I don't think that's why.
I think she logged on. She's like, let me watch something. Like, what the hell is all this? Why does it say I finished all these shows? And like, oh yeah, those kids are still on our account.
No. See, it seems like that, but it's probably just because the passwords. We could have just asked Tamar and been like, hey, did the password change for the Netflix?
She's gonna be like, who are you?
How are you doing, by the way?
First time he's spoken in years.
But we didn't. We took the respectful way and just accepted our loss. But it was good. It was good while it lasted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm looking at Netflix now, like just in case, since I'm a 24-year-old grown man with a full time job, let me get my own Netflix. This is a ripoff. Like,
easy now.
Okay. So the basic package is $8.99 a month, and the resolution that you get is 480p.
What? They lower it just for the price?
Yes, and then the standard is $12.99 a month, and you can get 1080p on that.
$12.99 a month. Ugh.
Imagine inviting someone over for Netflix, and it's 480p. You say, "Oh, we're gonna watch The Dark Knight," but it's in 4. That's like saying, "Hey, watch this fight that I recorded on my Nokia phone." That's what that's like. On my iPad, I just recorded this.
Why do I feel like it's more work for them to force the 480p?
They
just hate you so much.
Terrible. And then this is even worse. This is the worst part. Screens you can watch on at the same time, 1.
Oh, that's not going to fly.
So 480p, 1 screen. What is that? Who would benefit from that?
Maybe it's someone who's only watching it on their phone.
Even on a phone, you can tell 480p. You're like, oh,
you can. It's going to be blurry.
Maybe someone. Okay, here we go. Someone who lives alone. They pay a lot for rent, so they live in New York City, San Francisco. They have a phone. They don't have a TV, and they lost their glasses. That would be it.
480p.
That's it.
That's just mean.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm on the market now. If anyone has a extra slot on their Netflix account.
Well, I want to state that about 2 years ago, when we did lose our Tamar Netflix account, we approached many people saying, hey, how would you guys feel about joining forces on a Netflix premium account here? And we had no takers. No takers.
Are you kidding me?
Don't say we didn't ask.
We asked you.
Nika said when we asked Nika again recently, she said we never asked her, but we asked everyone.
We asked.
Me and Asian were desperate. All right,
we
lost everything.
You lost it. Oh,
I mean, that's years worth of recommended Netflix. We had to restart that.
Yeah.
They out here ask. Netflix is saying, hey, you might like this show. I'm like, man, I already watched that show. What do? You have to play the show in the background when you're not doing anything? That's what I did. Because I recommend it. In the future, I'd be down to join forces again. I'm using my grandmother's Netflix right now. Things are kind of nice. I'm piggybacking off of someone, but eventually I will need to get a new Netflix partner.
So look at that, ladies. You have a premium account, no one to share it with. You have multiple screens, but not multiple viewers. Ladies, Ace and I we got, empty schedules and empty pockets. We'd love to join you in your Netflix account.
Netflix.
Let me piggyback off your Netflix. Off your Netflix. Let me piggyback off your Netflix.
All right.
Jump on the train.
Jump on the train.
Jump on the train
Jump on the bus.
of your Netflix.
Shit, that count down the
Midnight train.
All right.
night train.
Yeah. Ooh,
I
$12.99 a month.
want to talk about your Bill Burr on SNL.
480p. Yeah, sure. 480p, dude. Bro, if someone said, "Hey, I'll sell you unlimited movies for $8.99 a month," only thing is they're all going to be 480p, and you can only watch upon one screen. Dude, what would you do to that person? What would you hit them with if they offered you that and they looked you in the eye? That's Netflix, the largest streaming. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I guess speaking of hitting people, Bill Burr, he came on Saturday Night Live. This is one of my favorite episodes of that I've seen in a long time. He's one of my favorite comedians too, and he's one of those guys. He hates cancel culture. I mean, I guess all comedians do. They hate cancel culture because it threatens their whole career, their livelihood. But he was going for it. He was making jokes about white women, making jokes about gays, making jokes about hipsters. He hit every topic about political correctness. And I always love it when SNL, they have a stand-up comedian, because the monologue is it's like free material, but I think Ace, you said you watched it, right? What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. There was like a huge contrast between like Bill Burr's style and Chris Rock, because he hosted the week before. Yeah, and I thought that was pretty cool to see their different styles. And Chris Rock, he was on the show, right? He like back then, I don't know, maybe I feel like he was on the show at like one time, like as a reoccurring performer. But Bill Burr's a funny guy. I mean, I think you like him a lot more than I like him. I think you like comedians that are just like don't have any filter, because you yourself, have a filter like on your like everyday self, right? So and I mean, that's like fine, like that's you, right? And so like when you come across someone that's like has no filter, then you get attached to them, right? Or else I can't explain why you like Chris D'Elia. I don't know. Okay. If it's not for that reason, then there's some bigger issues,
Hey, I was asking you your opinion on the episode. You're talking about me liking Chris. Fun fact: I was yesterday. Yesterday, I was at the coffee shop with my buddies. I was wearing my Chris D'Elia Life Rips hoodie, and another dude walked up down the street, and he was wearing the same hoodie. And we were like, "Hey, Life Rips, dude! Life Rips!" And we fist bumped.
Wait. What was the skin color of the other person?
Excuse me. You said you did this yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Are you?
Did he follow up by saying, "Yeah, I'm about to stop by the high school"? Where are you heading to?
I'm more stuck on you fist bumping people right now. Of all times to be fist bumping.
Wow.
Are you serious?
You know what's crazy?
You shake his hand. You lick the back of his palm. Huh? You cough in his mouth. You sneeze in his eye. What are you doing, buddy? Gosh, where do you live, Alabama? That explains it. Jeez. Yes. You hear it here first. The virus isn't real, according to Nathan.
Wow, I am getting dunked on this podcast. But he had some really funny skits.
Back to SNL. I mean, I thought the one the one you sent out actually but they were
the
taste testing the John Adams their Oktoberfest.
Yes.
I thought or Sam Adams. Yeah,
Sam Adams. Beer.
I think that's hilarious because that is like how it is. I mean, the beer isn't an expensive beer, but somehow when October comes around, all these cheap beer companies come out with like fancy ass beers, and no one wants to drink that. No one cares about that.
What he say? He's like, you know what? He's like, this is the type of beer that sits in your fridge for 6 to 8 months, and then July comes around and your buddy comes over and says, hey, you got anything? And you say, oh yeah, I got some pumpkin crap in there. And then when he started fighting, that was so funny when he squared up with his son. He's like, is this the day? This is the day you take a swing at your old man? It's like, go ahead, take a swing at your old man. And then they start fighting. Oh man. It was just like the that other skit, the Dunkin' Donuts skit that Saturday Night Live had, where it's like realistic, like Boston Dunkin' Donuts. And there's that dude who's like, it's that blue collar worker. It's that blue collar comedy. That's what it is. New England blue collar. But yeah, man, I love that episode. Every skit I felt like slapped. And then Jack White did a really good, his performance was crazy.
Yeah.
He did a tribute to Van Halen.
That was really good. The drummer? Jeez. Like that was insane. He like turned his drum set facing towards the crowd.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like it was like angled towards the crowd. I've never seen that before.
That's like a classic. Like those are some rock stars. You know, I feel like we don't have rock stars like that anymore. Just like masters at their instrument and also kind of psycho and making real good music. SNL also, I'm a huge fan of every time the elections come around. I love seeing SNL's take on it. Like Sarah Palin. I mean, I feel like that was classic. Like Tina Fey as Sarah Palin back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, Alec Baldwin as Donald Trump is so good, and then Jim Carrey as Joe Biden has been hilarious.
Who played Hillary? That was Kate McKinnon. That was yeah, they know how to do it. And if they fully admit, like if they don't have the people on staff that can do it, they'll bring in someone that can.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm sure they all are really good at impersonations. But yeah, like there's just some people that really fit the role. Like Matt Damon as Brett Kavanaugh, like that was really good. I think there were a couple people that played Obama, like Jay Farrow.
Yeah, they couldn't really get a good Obama.
I'm trying to think.
Not really.
Okay, well, I was gonna say he did a great job.
Okay, well, I mean, they all did a good job, but none of them looked like. I mean, it's pretty easy to impersonate Barack Obama. Oh, who was the Portland guy? Did the Obama?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I know. Yeah, he did that Portlandia show, which was also another great sketch show. Fred
Armisen.
Fred Armisen. Yeah.
Fred Armisen. They're all
cool guys.
beasts at impersonating. But there goes the left. There goes the left. It's over with.
Yeah.
And then I was afraid that Jim Carrey was gonna. I mean, Jim Carrey always brings a little bit of Jim Carrey into every like impersonation that he does. But I feel like he did. It was maybe 90% Joe Biden, 10% Jim Carrey.
True.
Just enough to where you were like, okay, that's good enough. But yeah, man, what do y'all think? Leave a comment. Oh yeah, like and subscribe our what do we got? YouTube channel. We got an Instagram. We got a Facebook for your mamas and your mamas' mamas and your aunties on Facebook. Send them that link. What else? We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. I'm not ending the episode right now unless. But reach out to us. I know we've been on a hiatus. That's my fault.
What are you talking about? This episode came out right after the last one.
You're right. Yep. But that last one had a long hiatus. Supposed to be out right smack dab on
don't say when it's supposed to come out.
You're right.
I mean, I think we said in the episode anyway, so
it's intentional. Intentional hiatus. Creative license.
We're just getting ready for season 2. This is season 2.
This is season 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2, Around the Sun. That's great. We've podcasted around the sun. How many of your podcasters have done that? Huh? Oh, okay. Cool. Speaking of creative license, Justin, you said that you watched Akira. Akira is the first anime I ever watched. That was what got me into anime. And I think the art style was what drew me in. What was it? What did you like about Akira?
I had always kind of heard about Akira. I meant to watch it for forever. Just the I don't know, the art style. I've seen like clips that kind of drew me in. But it is like the movie was made in like the 80s, but it's still like gorgeous. I guess to look at. It's that kind of anime style.
Did you like it like as a movie, or what would you rate it?
I loved it. I give it a 8.5 to 9. Kind of subverted my expectations because I thought it was all going to be about some dude riding a bike. So that's all I had seen about it.
Not at all.
And no, not at all. The Esper children I thought were kind of cool, even though they were all gross and old looking. Hey, they are all right.
They were really gross looking.
And because I thought I forget the junior guy's name, Atsudo. I thought he would be a hero once he got powers, but he was not the hero.
Yeah, he was not the hero. Yeah, that's a big spoiler.
Well,
Yeah.
This movie came out in 1989. I take that back.
It's crazy. They have like animation breakdowns on this on YouTube, and they talk about like why it's so prolific. 'Cause, like every single shot, like somebody drew that by hand, and even in spots where they're riding the motorcycle through the city, like they do it in an even more precise way. Like they drew the frames in an even more precise way to make the animation like clean. Just the
Props to
detail.
anybody who I guess worked on that because that is a mass. And there's some like gigantic scenes.
Yeah, like world exploding scenes.
Yeah, cities being destroyed like literally piece by piece. I don't know how they did it.
Beautiful.
Oh, I didn't realize my mic was not on. Props to the animators.
Yeah, even though y'all probably made like $10,000, maybe less. Definitely less.
I feel like it was pretty big in Japan, wasn't it? Well, of course it had to be, but
It's like I think it's the biggest one of all time, biggest anime movie of all time.
let's see, $5 million budget, and it drew in 25 million.
That'll do it.
The aesthetic, I also really like the aesthetic of it. Kind of in the future, well, it had to be that floating bikes, or whatever. But it's that kind of like vibe they were giving off. I really liked.
Futuristic Blade Runner, but Neo Tokyo. I think that's what they call it, Neo Tokyo. Which I mean, Tokyo is already in the future.
Future.
So, yeah, this is kind of sad. I looked up top grossing anime movies, and Akira is number 42. But
Dragon Ball Broly, huh?
Dragon Ball Broly and a bunch of Pokemon movies are above. Imagine you drawing Akira, right? You spend a year drawing Akira, and then Pokemon 3, the movie. Oh, this movie was freaking awesome, though. I can't lie.
Well, yeah, some of those Pokemon movies are pretty good.
Dude, yeah. So maybe, I mean, we've all been watching anime. It's not like Akira was our first anime. Pokemon was our first anime. Wait, well, that was my first anime. What was y'all's?
I guess Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime?
I have no idea. Something on Toonami whenever they showed me.
Zoids? Did you all watch Zoids?
Zoids?
Yeah.
That is
It's,
not unfamiliar.
Like these guys who would fight each other in giant robot animals.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay, yes. I remember that. And
Life
actually,
is
I had
Zero.
toys of that.
Yeah, right. You remember the mouth that could open up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Stick a pinky in there or something like that.
Yes.
Does the original Transformers count as
Very-
anime? Not just cartoon.
Is Transformers Japanese?
Oh, is it not?
I didn't think so.
Okay. Maybe Voltron? How about that one? Maybe that one's a cartoon too. Okay.
It's a cartoon, yeah.
Okay, so Transformers was created by Hasbro and American toy company Hasbro and Japanese toy company Takara Tomy. There have been other incarnations of. Okay, so they're not telling. Is Transformers a Japanese anime? Tell me the answer. TV animation series had its script written by the Americans and drawn. Okay, so it was drawn by by Japanese, but it was written by Americans. So
Okay, I'll call it a cartoon then. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Just had a whole.
More
No,
you
I
know.
understand when you Google things and it's a one-word answer, and they give you a whole article, give you the history of that thing that you're Googling.
So Voltron is same thing. Japanese American animated television series produced by World Events Productions for a total of 124 episodes. It's an adaptation of the Japanese super robot called Beast King Go Lion.
Why is the Go Lion on there? Why not just Beast King?
Yikes, yeah. I think Voltron's a little more catchy.
Did Voltron come out before Power Rangers? Because I thought that was a ripoff, one or the other.
Like-
Yeah.
Pretty sure Voltron was first.
Okay.
Here I am, I'm searching. Is Power Rangers Japanese? What? Dang.
That definitely has to be Japanese, right?
Yeah, it's based on the Japanese tokusatsu franchise Super Sentai. There go our Japanese listeners.
I'm like, hey, why'd you have to say it like that?
Dang,
That was
bro.
the first time I think in Power Rangers I realized it's a guy walking around in a set that monster costume.
Okay, now I'm confused because I just looked it up. Toonami says Voltron was the first anime that they aired, preceding Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. So I think Voltron is the anime. So that was probably the first anime I've seen.
Okay.
And me and Jab are watching the reboot on Netflix right now.
Wait,
I started it. Wasn't too bad, but I got stuck with it.
wait, what show?
Voltron.
Oh, okay. You're watching that on Netflix now.
Yeah, someone who has a straw in a Sonic cup right now.
That would be Ace.
Ace is
That's
drinking
not
a-
me. That was whatever sound that was clearly just came from Justin or Nathan. That's why I said what.
I guess
Yes.
we'll never know.
Yeah. All right.
because you were in the middle of a brain freeze, right? So you couldn't hear.
Crazy.
What are you drinking, Ace?
Justin, what are you drinking? Huh? You know when you like go out to eat
I know
and you
exactly.
get like a cup and you're like, let me refill this on my way out. That's Justin's 3-day-old fountain lemonade drink that he's
Don't
now
they design those cups that not to be
To
used more
disintegrate.
than one day? Yeah, you're keeping it alive.
And then they just melt on your coffee table and ruin your. I guess Ace's homework. It would ruin Ace's homework.
You need paper for your classes, Asian? Is it all on the computer?
Very little. Nathan has nothing important on his coffee table. I think that's what he was saying. You couldn't pull anything out of your head.
Nothing important.
Uh,
But Ace
Nathan's not
sleeps
worried
on
about
his
his,
coffee table. So
You said what?
I said Ace sleeps on his coffee table, so it's very important to him.
I'll go for the double joke. Well, Nathan's not worried about his coffee table because his is made out of solid gold. Trying to be modest. I don't think I made fun of Ace for sleeping on the floor last month.
Whoa!
Dude, I was-
hey, wait a minute!
I was thinking
Just
about
because
that
no
too.
one laughed at that joke you just said, Justin, you had to
That
bring
was
that
thinking
up.
about
in
that too.
anyway, and I
I
told you
thought that was funny. All right, I thought it was funny. You didn't need to.
No,
I
can we
said
talk
I was
about
gonna
this?
do it a month ago.
Yeah. We make fun of Nathan. I get it because we say that Nathan doesn't even know what a blue collar worker is. That's how white collar he is, right? And so he sleeps on a cold coffee table. I get it. End of subject.
But it doesn't matter now because Ace literally has a king bed. All right.
That's right. Sleep like a
It's-
king.
Yeah,
it's-
his bed is bigger than all of ours, but
But it's like a twin size
get your
bed in
roots.
effect because he has a pile of clothes on it all the time. So he sleeps on a twin size mattress, but it's a king size bed. So I don't understand. But also we need to talk about Ace sleeping on the floor because I've never met anyone who's more excited to sleep on the floor than Ace. And I think about this all the time. Ace, I thought about this today because my back was hurting. And I remember we were all maybe staying at Xavier's house one day and you were like, ooh, get to sleep on the floor and we sit on my back. You were like singing.
He said he was
singing
singing it to
song.
himself.
It's like, yeah, get to my vertebrae are gonna get realigned. Oh yeah. And I've
doesn't-
never
I don't know.
normal people go to the chiropractor, but Ace just sleeps on the floor. And I literally was thinking like maybe I could sleep on the floor, maybe see what Ace was talking about 4 years ago. So Ace, are you still sleeping on floors?
I don't sleep on.
He has a
floors.
king bed now.
Yeah. I have a bed. But I did sleep on the floor for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, I'm sorry. Hey, hold on. No. Hey, cut that out. All right. Almost got me to admit something like that. You know what I'm saying? You just had to wait. I had to wait until Labor Day. Get them Mattress Firm deals on the bed. You know, that's all we had to do. You know, and suck it up and sleep on the floor for a little bit. You know.
I'll tell the audience when you moved into your new apartment.
And I didn't do all that, all right?
I didn't want to tell them.
Okay. All right.
July.
From
Moved
July
into my
to-
apartment in July and bought a mattress on Labor Day. And then waited a week for it to get to my apartment. But listen, all right? Am I back after that? It was not what I thought it would be. I had, as Justin put it, I sounded irritable 24/7.
Just the guy in the office who's always adjusting his chair. He just
Oh man,
who was it?
I see the mic is.
It's Justin.
Yeah, it was Justin. Yeah,
Can y'all hear me?
yeah, you slurping it up.
Yeah, what
Oh,
are you
no.
slurping down? What are you slurping?
What you slurping on, buddy?
This is a all right, it is a strawberry lemonade slush, all right?
There we go.
Oh, Justin, no. I believed you.
What?
No. It was actually you?
I didn't think I sounded that convincing, but I appreciate it. That means you could have heard everything. My mic blinks when it's on mute. I do not like that.
Oh, you're not able to mute it?
Am I still being heard now?
Yeah.
Oh,
That is crazy because your Discord light didn't light up over here. I still heard you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Earlier when you said, "Oh, you guys probably didn't hear me because my mic was muted," we heard you say all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
oh my gosh! Wow.
Okay, yeah. Because I was like, what
That's gonna sound weird.
Oh wow.
Knuckle Sandwich Podcast Uncut. That's what we got. We get to hear Justin slurping down a strawberry limeade, lemonade, cherry, fruity boy slush. So
Sponsored by Sonics. Go out and get the junior garlic butter bacon burger today.
Yeah.
Sonics.
What's their Halloween special for the shake? That was diabetes in a cup.
Oh yeah. What was it?
Trick or treat blast.
Yeah.
Thing looks disgusting. Well, I don't know. It looks good, but at the same time, I don't even think it's ice cream. It looks like it's just straight candy and Oreos.
I did try it, and
oh my gosh, that looks
I
gross.
only ate about half of it, and then I set the cup down. I didn't even put it in the freezer.
On your coffee table.
I'm not going to answer that.
Get a little more traction on the bed tonight.
Dang.
I can imagine you going to sleep on the coffee table and slowly sliding off throughout the night. And then in the morning, being like, dang, my back. Oh, it didn't rearrange my vertebrae the way I wanted to. That's all you, man. You do this to yourself, dude.
Crazy you're being that mean to me. Okay.
I'm sorry, Ace. Wait, Ace. Tell us about the chocolate trick or treat blast.
No, it's fine.
The half that you ate.
It's too much, you know? It's not ice cream. It's just candy surrounded by milk. So don't try it. The only reason I tried it is because that first day they released it, they had it half off, and so it's like okay. And Oklahoma is the headquarters for
Sonic
Sonic.
capital.
Yeah, so out here, there's a Sonic everywhere. So, they're really pubbing it out here to try all this Sonic stuff. I don't know. It's to me, Sonic was like a treat, right? I don't know if you guys like after a game or something, or you're
Yep.
you stop by Sonic. Team stops by Sonic. But here they're everywhere, like a McDonald's. It's just weird. Also, I don't know what to do at a Sonic anymore. I don't go like the last time I went was for that drink, and I can't imagine going to like a spot, because I still don't know if you're supposed to tip at Sonic or not. It's one of those things that just some people say yes, some people say no. So then that's why if I'm going to go, I just go through the drive-through. But because you go through the drive-through, you don't have to tip, right? Is that I've never heard anyone dispute that point.
Yeah, that's what
I do go to the drive-through, but I have been scolded for not tipping when I did go into spot in park.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I can understand why a tip would be necessary, but then I can also understand like some people saying don't tip at, or why they don't tip at Sonic. I've never heard anyone say no. You better people stop tipping at Sonic no matter what. But there, if someone comes out, you see them roller skating, they're putting a lot of work into that. Yeah, you stand on roller skates for 8 hours. That's a big deal. Big deal in my book. So I can understand it. But if I go through the drive-through, then no. And then that's when some people are like, well, if it's okay to tip in one part and not the other part, then why tip at all? See, I don't know. Would you tip someone if you ordered a carry-out meal, and you went to go pick it up yourself, and they literally turned around, picked up your bag of food, and gave it to you and said, "Have a nice day"? Would you give a tip in that scenario?
I have been doing that. I feel like it's mostly for the pandemic, though. Nobody's.
I would agree. Yeah, for pandemic
right
purposes, I'd give you a tip if maybe I went to go pick up my food, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me pass you this tip. But on a normal 2019 day, pre-COVID, if I'm doing all the work to come get the food, do I tip you? I don't know. Some people will fight you and say yes. And I agree. I think it just depends on the situation, the circumstance. But I don't know. It's a tough one. But ideally, yeah, I feel guilty if I don't tip at Sonic if I'm parking in a spot. So that's why I just don't park in the spot.
I also want to if I'm going there, I just want to go and get out. I don't really want to hang around. Like you're probably waiting in the same amount of time, but just something mentally I gotta be,
keep it moving.
Seeing myself progress.
Yeah, because by parking now that becomes a sit-down restaurant. You got to tip at a sit-down restaurant. Yeah. See, we hit on the hard subjects. This is social society. The psychology of it all. A lot of people believe that in America you shouldn't have to tip. I would disagree personally, but that's what a lot of people believe. They believe you go to a restaurant, you're paying for the service, and that's it. Transaction deal. All right, ain't nothing personal about it. Just business. That's what they say. And then some people say, okay, I understand. Like you're providing a service, right? It's more than just the food. It's an experience, and you tip people for the experience, which I would agree.
Oh, no. Only reason I tip is because I know the waiters actually live off the tip. But the end game, no, you shouldn't be tipping anyone. In Europe, you don't.
In other countries, I don't think you are.
Yeah, in Europe, they get mad at you for tipping.
Really?
Yeah, America's the only one you're tipping because our waiters aren't paid properly.
So, okay, in a world if they came out with some law that said, okay, working off of tips is no longer a thing, right? Restaurant owners, you need to pay your workers at least minimum wage if you're going to pay them at all,
They need more than that to have a
living
wage.
Well, obviously that would be great if everyone got paid a living wage, but that doesn't happen. But at least I'm saying what would be great is if we could start at the point where they could at least get paid more than minimum, or at least minimum wage. I mean, some people are paying, right? These restaurant waiters and waitresses, they get paid like $4 an hour before tips.
I've heard $2. My little sister got You get
Yeah,
paid $2
Yeah,
an
they
hour.
don't get nothing. It's really all off the tip.
But then
That's
the
the only
other
reason I
thing
tip.
is, the other thing is, I mean, if they're really good at their job, it doesn't matter if they get paid $2 an hour, because there's some waitresses, mostly waitresses, who will bring away like 400, 200, 400 bucks a day, depending on where you work.
So
Yeah,
you gotta
don't-
know Chili's.
Yeah,
not at
I think it
Sonic.
depends. Yeah, I think it depends where you work. There you go, Nathan, with that white collar laugh.
The white
But yeah, essentially that.
Completely out of touch with people who work. at Sonic.
No. I mean, no, it was just a normal laugh, but I have to seize on the opportunity.
It goes to Fogo de Chao for lunch every day for a quick bite.
Yeah, my dad used to when he was like young, he worked at like Red Lobster, and he says the same thing. Like, if they came out with a law that said that restaurant owners can't allow their workers to be just paid off of, mainly tips, that there'd be a lot of restaurant workers that would be pretty mad about that, because there are some that are able to bring in, like close to 6 figures a year just by like working at a 4-star or like 5-star restaurant. But obviously most people don't work at 4-star, 5-star restaurants. So yeah, crazy.
And most people work at Sonic and bring you out the wrong shake. Actually, no, it's usually the right shake.
Like, if so, you're right there to confirm it.
Yeah. I think it's usually the conversation over the little intercom that gets me.
Go on.
Because it's always, it's always some like angry teenage girl who's like, I don't know. It's like they never have enough patience for me, but I have all the patience in the world for them. Right? Like, I'm driving up, I'm hitting the button, I'm saying, hey, actually, wait 1 second. You guys have 400 combinations of drinks at this restaurant. Maybe I can't make up my mind right now. And then they'll they'll say, well, call back when you're ready.
Yeah, the
Call
call
back
back
when
thing. You
you're
don't
ready.
even push this button until you're ready.
And then I push the button and they're like, are you sure that doesn't come with this? And you can't get that with this. And it's actually, and then the sizes, like I remember the little ice cream things. I forget what they're called, dude. Oh man, I'm angry because they had small, medium, large, and then they had mini. And so I'm a high school kid. I'm a blue collar worker from Scranton, right? And I'm looking for a cheap dessert. And I don't know, like, do I get the mini or do I get the small? And then when I try to ask what's the difference between mini and small, they give me an attitude. They say, well, the mini is 8 ounces and the small is 10. And I say, well, I don't know my ounces, right? I'm not a freaking boxer, so I don't know ounces. I don't know, bro. I just always have a bad. And then, dude, oh my gosh. And then if the credit card doesn't work, whose fault is that? Is it my fault? Are you going to yell at me for the credit card not working? Huh? No, it's the machine's part.
Are they still on the line at this point when you're trying to swipe? Or
No, by this time they're skating up with their hips all out and freaking 15 peppermints in the can, but no
These
napkin.
young kids, man, nowadays they be on the roller skates with their hips out.
I shouldn't have said hips. I just imagine someone like with an attitude roller skating towards you.
What are you wearing? Sonic? Wearing a sweatshirt?
You said, am I wearing a sweatshirt?
I'm saying your favorite podcaster sweatshirt. That's what I was trying to.
Oh, right now? Am I giving Chris D'Elia vibes right now? Okay, yeah. Let me just summarize the story. All right. They have an attitude. They don't give me enough patience. I wait. I give them all the patience in the world for my Coney dog and my extra medium vanilla trick or treat blast. And then they give me an attitude about the card. And then this is the thing. They'll be like, "Oh, the card doesn't work." And then they'll take the card in and bring it back to me, and then hand me a slip saying like where I write down my tip after they just in my face. And the straw is like I'm sounding like Gabby. Shout out to Gabby. She definitely doesn't listen to this podcast, but she gets on it. But yeah, the straws are always
I
too
could agree
thin
with.
for
I
the
could
ice
agree
cream.
with. I could agree with that. Straws for shakes. I'm surprised we haven't
Get a
come up
thicker
with
straw, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could,
Come on.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be that animated about it, but yeah,
You know the boba tea? Justin, you drink boba tea, right? The big old thick
yeah.
straws? I literally just guessed, and I was spot on, because you're definitely the type of guy to graduate from your HBCU and then start drinking boba tea when there's no black people watching. But yeah, they could just use the boba tea straws. Just get some boba tea straws for Sonic. And then no one, I don't know, but it's probably, what were you going to say? I'm done with my little rant, and I'm sorry, Chris, we're going to mention him every podcast for the rest of the
I see
he's
you're
a running joke.
What's crazy is that you're not really talking about multiple situations at Sonic for you. You're talking about one time you went to Sonic and your card got declined. And you didn't, or I hope it's just one time, or does your card get declined a lot?
Well, from growing up in Scranton, didn't have much. So that's why I can really relate to the working class, blue collar guys. The hair on my legs. Dude, he said hair on my legs at a political rally. He talked about his hairy legs. Dude.
Yeah, that is a good point that I haven't even heard the word Scranton used that much since like watching The Office.
I thought it was an imaginary town because it was on The Office. I didn't know it was a real place. So Joe Biden's using it to, I guess reach out to the common man, but it's not even going to connect with people because he keeps shouting out a city of 100,000 people, bro. You need millions of votes to beat Donald Trump. Man, I'm out here in Alabama. I can report live. He needs millions of votes to beat.
I'm out here in Oklahoma, and I can also report he needs millions of votes.
You can't be shouting out Scranton. You got to shout out LA, bro. You got to shout out New York City, dude. Oh God,
it's crazy. He doesn't like talk about Detroit, And you think
Detroit,
about, dude. Just blue collar central. You think about Detroit, But even then, car industry. Here's a tip for anybody out there in Detroit. Move.
Can't have anything in Detroit.
saw a video and it literally said Detroit is on fire. And they literally turned their camera around and Detroit was on fire.
Nothing was being done about it. Just a fire in the city.
Oh man! But shout out to Detroit though. They work hard up in Detroit.
Shout out to Detroit.
Shout out to Detroit. I'd love to go one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Visit the Detroit Memorial.
Yeah. What is there to visit? The 8 Mile sign, the trailer park that Eminem grew up in. GMC Motors.
You're missing like music. What is the name of
that Motown?
Yeah, Motown.
There we go. That's it.
There you go. Motown.
Well, hey man, I know Xavier, co-host of the Xavier and Jasmine live gaming. He's a busy man and he's got to get out of here. So, did I shout y'all out right? Xavier and Jasmine live gaming?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Y'all better
AC and Justin were just on Friday.
Ooh.
We all streaming together.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. You too, Nathan. Go and get that PlayStation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get that PlayStation.
It's crazy because you clearly have the money to go out to coffee shops and fist bump people, but you can't buy a $30 PlayStation 4. Crazy.
Every time you bring it up, the price goes down. It was $100 last time you said it.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But
What
say
you?
Come on.
Just yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The PlayStation. What was it? The 4? But wait, the 5 is coming out, right? So why would I get the 4?
You're definitely not about to get the 5. We've been talking to you about getting the 4 for years. So probably take you another 10 years before you get the 5.
I need a before I get the 4 or the 5. I'm gonna try to get a girlfriend, which turns out is harder than getting a PlayStation 5. So
I know that kills in Huntsville, but not in here.
Yo, that actually does kill in Huntsville.
Oh my
Kills
goodness.
in Huntsville. Oh
Jeez.
man. Where's the theme music?
Get Craig out of here, man. Jeez.
Thank you all for listening. We will see you when we see you. Have a good one.